Yeah. So let's get started with something called class library in C Sharp. Okay. So how to create a class library in C Sharp? So generally when you create an application, okay. So as soon as we create an application, create any application in C Sharp, it will create an assembly, guys. It will create an assembly. So what is an assembly? An assembly can be a collection of one or more namespaces. One or more namespaces, and after successful building, okay, after building it, building means after successful compilation, building an assembly, we will get either an exe file means executable file, or a DLL file. DLL stands for dynamic link library. Okay, that is about an assembly. So after creation of your project, after building it, after writing some code, after building any application, it will generate either an exe file or a DLL file. So what is use of exe file? Exe file can be executed on its own. Exe file, exe file or executable file is self-executable. Self-executable means it will run on its own. Executable means it will run on its own. It will not depend upon any other file. That is called as executable file or exe file. It will be executed on its own. Okay, whereas DLL file can be compiled, but it can't be executed on its own. It can't be executed on its own. So we need to take any other exe file to run it, guys. We need to take the help of any exe file. Take any exe file to run it. To run any DLL file, we have to use another exe file. So that's the point here we need to remember. What is the purpose of assembly? Assemblies are used, or library files, whatever we say library. Libraries are used to use, or a code can be reusable. Okay, use it to prepare a namespace or an assembly. Okay, an assembly which can be reusable. So if you want to prepare any reusable content, then we go for library. No, was only one time, just I wanted to develop an application, I wanted to run it. Of course I may use the application many times. So in one application, if you want to use, write the code and run it, means directly you can go for normal console application or any other. But if you want to use some piece of code in many projects or many applications, then we need to create a library. Okay, so usually all libraries will have .dll extensions. All libraries will have a .dll file, .dll extension, nothing but DLL file. Okay, so let's see this now. Like if you go to Visual Studio, let's open Visual Studio. So in that, when you create a new project, file new, okay, we'll have new project option I'm selecting here. Click on create new project. So in that you have an option of choosing like console app.net framework, ASP.NET Core web app, web API. Okay, like this there are so many. Here you can also see class library, or else you can type here class library. So you guys, when you type class library here, you will have options like a project for creating a class library, .NET or .NET standard, like that. There are so many different types of class libraries. Here we need to select class library .NET framework C Sharp. This is what you need to select. Click on next. See guys, where we are saving is very important. I'm saving in .NET D drive .NET Morning 6 folder, and class library name is also very important. I'm giving it as something like numbers. Okay, my class library name is numbers. Yeah, so click on create. So what are we doing? We are creating a library called numbers, in which I wanted to check a number is even number, odd number, or I want to check a number is prime or not prime number. Like that, you can write many things, guys. So let me change this theme into the dark theme I'm using. Yeah. So here I'm going to use this library called numbers, in which I can have prime number, strong number, Armstrong number, like that. I can write so many code, so much of code here, but I'm writing only one class right now, even or odd. Okay, even odd, like that. I have taken a class. So my class called even odd will tell a number whether it is even number or odd number. That's it. Okay. So inside this, so what is my library name here? Numbers. So in this numbers, we can have multiple classes actually. Right now I'm writing only one class called even odd. In future I might add as I said, you prime. Okay, prime, to check the number is prime number or not, or you can add Armstrong number, strong number, perfect number, like that. You can write many actually. So let me go with this even odd first. Okay, so here what I'm saying is, let me write methods here. Integer number I'm taking where I need to accept a number into this num variable. So here I'm writing a constructor. CTOR constructor is getting created. Here num equals to 0. I'm initializing with it. And yeah, someone is joining. Okay. So I have created a constructor which is initialized num value with 0. And after that I'm writing a method. Okay. Public void check. So this check method is going to check whether the given number is even or odd. Okay. So better to write one more method, or you need to use a parameterized constructor. Okay, let's take one more constructor, parameterized constructor, or you can accept, you can write another method called accept method. Guys, it's your wish. Okay, let us write accept method. Accept method is to take the number from user and store in the variable. Okay, yeah. So creating a class in library. So what is the library name? Numbers library. Yeah. So check, here I'm writing a method called accept method in order to accept a number from user. I said here integer num. So num is a local variable. This value I need to store in this member variable called num. So that what I'm saying, this dot num is equal to num. So I initialize the value of num into this dot num. Now in this check method, I'm saying whether the given number is even number or odd number. Okay. So how do we say that? If num mod 2 double equals to 0, the number is divisible by 2. What I'm saying, console dot write line even number, or I can say num is even. Okay, like this I'm writing some code. And else if not, if it is not divisible, I will say it's a not number. Okay. So what I'm saying here, console dot write line, here num value I wanted to print whatever number user is giving, beside that is odd number. Okay, like that I want to print the message. So that's all about the library, guys. So I have created a library, class library template I have chosen, and I gave the name for the library as numbers. So numbers is my library in which I can have multiple classes. Right now I wrote only one class called even odd. In that even odd we have taken a private member, I mean variable called number, member variable. And I initialized constructor, I mean uh, using default constructor I initialized num with 0. And then I took accept method to accept a number into num variable. After that I'm writing a check method which is checking whether the number is even number or odd number. If number is even, I mean number is divisible by 2, I'm saying even number, otherwise it's an odd number, simple. So after saving it, we can't run this program, guys, because it's a library, it's not a console application to run directly. So what I can do here, I need to save it, go to build solution, and we should carefully observe what's happening after click on building, guys. Let me open a magnifier to make it zoom. Okay, see guys, so I'm clicking on this what do you call build menu, and see what is happening when I click on build solution. See, go to the bottom here, build started. It is going to show you build succeeded. And try to observe the output window where the output is generating. Okay, I think it's not displayed here. Build succeeded, go to output window. Yeah, yeah, you can scroll up, guys. In output window, scroll up, you can see this. See numbers, where is this .dll file is getting stored? In this location. Numbers is my library name. This was there in ddrive.net morning 6 folder, numbers folder. In that again numbers folder, in that bin folder is there, in that debug folder, in that numbers.dll. This is the location of your library, guys. Where your location, where your numbers library got created means in this location. So this is what you need to remember while creating our own library. So location of library or DLL file, where this DLL file is located, this is the location path. Okay, so it will be there in a D drive .NET morning 6 numbers. In that folder again numbers subfolder created, in that bin folder, in that debug folder, in that numbers.dll. So this numbers.dll contains the code whatever you have written for your application, so for your library. And what is the need for writing this library? Because it can be reused, it can be used in multiple projects, multiple applications I wanted to use. In that case only we go for library. Only one time if you wanted to use, we need not go for library, guys. Okay, it's a reusable piece of code. So now what to do? Next step, we need to, so what is the first step we have done? Creating an assembly. Creating a class library. Okay, so what is the first step I did? Step 1, create a new project with the which template? So what is the template I have selected? Class library. So let me close this, guys. So I've used this template, class library .NET framework. That was the template, C sharp. Okay, class library .NET framework. class library, let me keep it in single quotes, class library .NET framework. That is what I have used, guys. So C sharp is the language that I selected. So that you need to create. And step 2, we need to write the code. Write the following code. Okay. So I will share you this code anyhow. So what is the code I wrote? And enter the name as numbers when you are creating. Enter library name as numbers and write the following. So when you are creating, it will ask you name of the project, make it as numbers and write this code. So whatever code we have written so far, like taking, let's copy and paste it. This is what I wrote it. Just I created a class called even odd. In that I created a constructor and two methods. I wrote accept method and check method. That's it. So after that, what is the next step? We need to build it. Okay, step number 3. So we need to build it. Build a solution. Build the solution or build the project. So after click on build solution, you will see after build succeeded, you will see the library .dll file in the following location. So what is the location? The folder name, whatever we have given, slash same subfolder slash bin and debug folder. So this is the location. Okay. Yeah, what next? Step 4 is you need to create a new console application. Create a new console application where we are going to utilize this library. I want to add this library because we are not creating library for executing, right? Of course we will execute, but with the help of another exe file, another application. So the library is ready, but I want to make use of this library. So what is the next step? Consuming the library. Okay, so what are we doing? Now we are creating a new console application where we are going to consume the library. Consume means just utilizing the code, whatever is already there. Library called numbers. That is what I wanted to use it. How to consume it? So first we need to create a console application blank, and then after that we need to add the reference. Okay, add reference of the library file, that is numbers.dll. Where is numbers.dll located? That path you need to select when you are adding a reference. Okay, so let's go to Visual Studio. So let's close this library, guys. Go to file and close solution. It was closed, and I'm creating a new project now. So console app.NET framework, guys. It's not library this time. It's an application I'm creating, and here I'm going to consume it. So I'm naming it as consume numbers like that, or consume library, something like this. I'm giving consume library app like that. I'm giving. Yeah, click on create. It's getting created. So after this, what to do is you need to add the reference of our library. See, guys, these are all already added namespaces, and you can see here in this, what you call, solution explorer, you are able to see how many references are already been added. You can see here system, system.core, system.data. These are all already added. Excuse me. So now I need to add my numbers reference also. So without adding reference, if you're trying to use it in my project, what happens? Let's see guys. I'm adding here along with other namespaces. Here I'm adding using numbers. Using numbers means, what is the meaning of using numbers? I wanted to use my namespace called numbers here. Uma, are you understanding? Already we have created a numbers namespace that I wanted to use in this application. So when I'm writing using numbers, what it is saying? It is showing error. The type or namespace numbers could not be found. Or are you missing a using directive or an assembly reference? So yes, obviously we missed the assembly reference. That's why it is showing like this. So first we need to add the reference of the assembly called numbers. How to do that? We will go to Solution Explorer. Let me zoom it for you. So here we need to add the reference of the library that you wanted to use. So right now we are getting error, right? Using numbers here it is showing error. But now after adding reference you will not get that error. So right click on this references, click on add reference, and then choose the path of your folder. Where is your folder located? Of course it's coming directly showing in the recent library. See guys, numbers.dll is coming directly. .NET, I mean it's old one, I think so. Yeah. So click on this browse button. Recent also can be displayed here. If not, you can click on browse. Click on browse. So go to D drive, .NET Morning 6 folder. In that numbers.dll, numbers folder, double click. Again subfolder numbers, again bin folder, again debug folder. Here you will find numbers.dll guys. See, this was created so far. It is giving creation time and date also. Yeah, this is today's file, numbers.dll. Click on add button. See guys, showing already .NET Morning 6 a.m. This is the actual file. Select it and click on OK button. See guys, now the number is the error is gone. So here you can see the reference is also added in the list. You can see here. Previously numbers was not there. Now numbers reference is added. And here also the error is gone. Means we are able to use all the classes from the library called numbers now in your project. So let's scroll down and try to use this numbers in my main method in my project. I'm trying to use it like so I can create the class of this. Okay, what is the class name? Even odd. Even odd. Even odd is equal to, or e is equal to new even odd. Okay, and here I'm using e dot accept. I can pass a number here, 9 I'm passing. So I can check whether it is even number or odd number. E dot check. So as soon as we call e dot check here, it will automatically tell you whether it is even number or odd number. Okay, so let's try to check it whether it is working or not. So click on the start and you will see this message. 9 is odd number, like that it will show you message. I think it's running. Yeah, so 9 is odd number. So it's coming from where? From the library. Okay, from the numbers library. So like this you can add multiple classes guys. I shown only one class example as even odd. You can add other classes like I said you prime number. For prime number you can write one class, perfect number, Armstrong number, all these you can write. So this is the way I'm consuming the library file. Which library? Numbers library. So like this in real-time applications, developers will develop so many libraries, or they sometimes they may download or they may get third-party libraries. They will add it to their project. I mean, by adding their reference, and then they can consume it. They can use it for the applications itself. That is how we will use multiple libraries for every project. Okay, so that's all about creating a class library and consuming the library. So what are the steps we have done so far? Step 5 is adding the reference. After adding reference, we need to write using and write the library name. Example, using numbers, because my namespace name is, my library name is numbers. After that, step 7, write the following code. Okay, so write it, and we are going to call the classes from the library. So what I'm writing here, just I'm creating class object of even odd class, because we have only one class there, and then we are calling the methods. Okay, calling methods. So this is the way to work with class library, guys. Okay.